Sydney's 79-year-old Lord Mayor, Clover Moore, has held office since 2004, making her the city's longest-serving mayor and its first popularly elected female leader. She also spent over 2 decades in the New South Wales Parliament and is often regarded as one of Australia's most successful female politicians. However, her progressive and independent approach, focused on social justice and sustainability, has had its fair share of challenges and critics. For example, ratepayer money has been spent on rainbow crossings, presumably as a public statement of inclusivity and support for the LGBT community. But I've always wondered, are these even legal? Are rainbow crossings covered in the Learning Driver's Manual? And how does allowing cars to drive over the rainbow flag serve as a show of support anyway? Sometimes common sense prevails. For example, 12 years ago, when the state government tore up a rainbow crossing overnight. As the ABC reported, Mayor furious as government removes rainbow crossing. Then Roads Minister, the aptly named Duncan Gay, cited safety concerns and accused the council of failing to uphold an agreement to remove it. Moore, a strong advocate for cycling infrastructure, introduced bike lanes throughout inner Sydney. However, on Ride to Work Day in October 2010, she broke her ankle while dismounting from her bike, requiring her to attend some events in a wheelchair. It reminds me of the time when then 79-year-old Joe Biden fell off his bicycle, though he didn't break anything except his pride, and quickly got back up, assuring reporters, "I'm good." I was disheartened to hear that the former president has since been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. Age catches up with all of us. I wish him well. In 2019, in a move some saw as political correctness gone too far, the Lord Mayor considered replacing the word disabled with access inclusion seekers. The council's inclusion expert advisory panel even argued that disabled would one day be as offensive as the N-word. However, some critics accused her of hypocrisy after her minibus was spotted parked in a disabled parking spot. I suppose that's where I'd park my minibus too. Oh, that's right, I don't have a minibus. More recently, she has made headlines for indefinitely extending a ban on large events being held on public grassed areas, with reports stating, "Fun Police, City of Sydney blames the climate for a ban on large events in public parks," an effort supposedly to protect grass from damage caused by increased rainfall. But don't public spaces belong to the public? Isn't it the council's job to manage these spaces, not restrict access? On the City of Sydney's website, you can download all their latest news, which seems more like a propaganda outlet for Lord Mayor Moore. In the most recent update from April 2025, for example, a news snippet titled "Sydney Welcomes the Year of the Snake" ironically features a prominent image of Ms. Moore front and centre. Of course, there's more news about painted rainbow crossings or intersections or whatever. The Lord Mayor seems determined to rub it in your face. They're also celebrating the first anniversary of Qtopia, some kind of hub for queer storytelling and activism. The city proudly raised the Pride flag over Town Hall, declaring that Sydney is a welcoming place for all, unless, of course, you disagree with the Pride flag, in which case that welcome might not extend to you. The Lord Mayor was also seen posing in front of maggots. I'm not kidding. An army of maggots has already eaten their way through almost 90 tons of discarded food scraps. With the growing number of homeless people in Sydney, perhaps excess food should be given to them instead of maggots. One might even say that reflects the Lord Mayor's attitude toward homelessness. Maggots seem to take priority. But the biggest news of all, thank you to a Sydney viewer for sending this in, might just be the grandest vanity project yet, the new Town Hall Square. In an apparent nod to the Chinese Communist Party's Tiananmen Square in Beijing, the viewer has playfully dubbed it Tiananmen Square in honour of its socialist-esque founder, Lord Mayor Clover Moore. Here's a picture of the current town hall with its old buildings intact, and here's the photoshopped version of the proposed square. For those of you who enjoy a good game of Spot the Difference, here they are side by side. The council's website proudly declares, Plans for an epic new public square move ahead. A new public square opposite Sydney Town Hall has been given the green light, with construction set to begin in 2028. The issue, of course, is the cost. It seems they found yet another way to spend $150 million of your ratepayer money. It's easy to spend money when it isn't yours, isn't it? Even the ABC seemed somewhat critical of the plan, reporting $36 million spent on Sydney's CBD buildings set for demolition as part of town hall development. Sydney ratepayers have spent more than $36 million maintaining and rejuvenating a suite of ageing commercial buildings earmarked for removal to make way for a massive plaza opposite Town Hall. As I said, it's easier to spend money that isn't yours. Councillor Moore remarked, "I think there's unanimous support out there in the community. It's just a lot of money and we're being very brave in doing this." Unanimous support? Is there ever unanimous support for anything? I doubt it. I don't know, maybe it's a good idea. Despite being originally from Sydney, I haven't lived there in over 30 years. I visited late last year, but the city now feels completely foreign to me. Perhaps modern Sydney residents love Clover Moore and her vision for the city, or maybe some of them just wish she'd hurry up and retire.